Good morning, you're watching Black Country News. I'm Robin Munro and this is your 11 o'clock news. 4 children aged between 3 and 8 have died in a house fire in Stafford. 3 occupants did escape and their injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. The victims have yet to be named. Lynn Butler was at the scene earlier today.
Fire tore through a house in the Highfields area at around 2 a.m. this morning. 2 adults and a child did escape, but 4 children were pronounced dead at the scene. It's left a community in shock.
It just woke me up, all the lights and that, and obviously I looked through the window and couldn't believe it. Everybody everywhere, fire engines, ambulances, and then I realised it was the fire and all the flames coming out of the roof. I didn't actually see anybody come out, but I did see a man and a woman and a child get into the ambulance.
It's like losing a member of your community. Well, it's exactly what, not just one, but number of, young lives, especially when they're young. I mean, it's tragic enough for the parents who have got to live with it.
Staffordshire Fire and Rescue Service and Staffordshire Police are now investigating the cause of the fire, and a police cordon remains in place on surrounding roads. This is Lynn Butler for Black Country News in Stafford.
In other news, Wolverhampton City Council has announced plans to increase the budget for the refurbishment of the Civic Centre venue. A date for completion has also been released. Chloe Manifold has the story.
The Wolverhampton Civic has said to have cost the council around £40 million in refurbishments, with work still going underway. It is expected to have lost the council £300,000 this year. I spoke to Barry Anderson, the site building manager, to find out more.
It's a total refurb. Like I say, the scheme itself hasn't been finalised yet. They're still talking about different things, whether the new plant's going on the roof or whether it's going down in the basement, things like that. And we won't have the detailed drawings till before Christmas, maybe just after. When it's all going to be finished is year 2021.
The plans include a new seated balcony and a modern glass-covered bar area above the main entrance. The Civic was meant to be fully finished by October this year. It was voted the top 10 in UK's major live music scenes, but local music fans will just have to hang in tight as the improvements continue.
Wolverhampton has marked Holocaust Memorial Day with a service in memory of those who lost their lives under Nazi persecution and in genocide. The event is part of an annual commemoration to honour the survivors and those whose lives were dramatically changed. Charlotte Lem has more.
Wolverhampton marked Holocaust Memorial Day earlier with a service which brought people together to remember victims of the Holocaust and other genocides around the world. The service was held by Interfaith Wolverhampton at the Cenotaph in St Peter's Square at 11 a.m. It was attended by ex-servicemen and women, civic leaders, pensioners' organisations and members of the public. A number of readers took part in the commemoration to reflect the range of faith communities in Wolverhampton, and wreaths were also laid by members of the public and the Mayor and the Mayoress of Wolverhampton. Martin Gomberg of Interfaith Wolverhampton believes in the importance of the event to raise awareness and bring people together.
The Holocaust Memorial Day that happens every year is an important event. It's when people get together to remember acts of genocide, starting with the Holocaust, but unfortunately many more since then, and to try and raise awareness of those events and to help reduce the likelihood that it will happen again.
Holocaust Memorial Day has developed into a national observance for victims of the genocide in the Holocaust. The theme this year is Torn from Home, aiming to encourage people to think about the enforced loss of a safe place as part of the trauma faced by anyone experiencing persecution and genocide. I'm Charlotte Lem, reporting for Black Country News.
Clothing brand Next has opened the doors of its new multi-million-pound store in Wolverhampton. The St John's Retail Park branch has doubled in size and is now the home to Paperchase and Costa Coffee. Our reporter Amy Nichols went along and asked shoppers for their views.
St John's Retail Park has set to open a new multi-million-pound Next store earlier this morning. It is to increase the amount of jobs in Wolverhampton and is to increase the economic state within the city. I spoke to members of the public to see what their opinion is on this event.
You know what, I'm really happy about it. Wolverhampton, the shopping sort of arena has been dying a little bit, especially here at St John's Real Tail Park. We've had quite a few shops closed down, so it's a really breath of fresh air to have this open up. And there's a Costa Coffee upstairs as well, so it's a good place where you can chill and hang out while you're doing your shopping. And it's the first ever paper chase. Well, I don't think it's the first, it's the only paper chase here in Wolverhampton as well.
Close to the ring road as well. People see it, want to come and visit,
A little bit out the way for people who have to come on buses. You need cars up this end, really. Good idea to have paper chase and Costa as well, which is more, community friendly. And the cards, we need some decent card shops as well.
That's all from me. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Have a lovely afternoon.